Good morning YouTube and welcome back to the channel. Today on the FRS behind me we are going to be installing the Stance V2 lower control arms. These do two things. So my coilovers are fully maxed out in the rear. As you can see, it's quite a bit higher than the front. So number one, these are going to be able to bring the rear down another 60 millimeters. So what is that, almost 2 inches? Or is that 2 inches? I don't know, I'm not good at math. Number two, the end is adjustable. So that is for camber adjustment. I do need to pull the camber out a little bit. There's quite a bit of negative camber on the car right now, which I'm not going for on this car. I just want a really flush fitment from the wheel to the fender itself. So that is going to be able to bring my camber back to where I want it. There are a few sets of lower control arms that allow you to go lower. There's the Stance V1, which allow 25 millimeters. There's the Parts by Max PBM, which go 25 or 40 millimeters, and then these, which are 60 millimeters. So if you're trying to go low like I am, I would highly recommend picking some of these up. I will have these linked down in the description box below for you guys, so if you want to go pick up a set, make sure you go check out that link. Let's get to work. So the tools I am using to complete this job, I'm using a jack stands as always, a big ass hammer, a smaller hammer, that's a rubber mallet, or it's like plastic on the ends. This is a breaker bar of some sort, a flathead screwdriver, a 3-inch half-inch drive extension, 19, 17, 14 millimeter sockets, half-inch drive impact. As always, if you don't have that, just use a half-inch drive ratchet. And then here for wrenches, I have a 14 millimeter wrench, 17 millimeter, 19 millimeter with a 17 millimeter ratchet wrench, a 1-inch wrench to adjust the actual control arm itself, and then a crescent wrench to also adjust the control arm. And that should be all the tools you guys need. So this is the arm right here that we're going to be replacing. So the coilover attaches to that, the sway bar does, attaches to the hub over there, and then back to the body or the frame here. So it should be a pretty straightforward job. I'm going to go ahead and get the car jacked up in the air. Using our 17 millimeter socket with either the impact or a half-inch drive wrench, we're going to remove the lower bolt for the coilover or the strut, and then 14 millimeter for the sway bar and link. And you're going to need to use a wrench on the back side. So this one takes 17 millimeter on both sides. Now we can remove this outer nut. It's a 17 millimeter as well. Now we just have this one inner nut left, which is also a 17 millimeter. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use an impact on that one. Now the arm should just come on right off there. So here's a side-by-side comparison. That is the factory arm. This is the Stance V2 lower control arm. You see how it's bent down like that and then it comes back up? That is what allows the rear to drop the 60 millimeters lower over to the factory one. And then the camber adjustment is right here. So that is how we will be adjusting the camera on this. Let's go ahead, throw this arm back on. Installation is just the opposite of removal. I'm having a difficult time getting that inner part in, so I'm gonna try to spread it out a little bit. Just a tiny bit with a crescent wrench. Nothing too crazy, guys. Just a small little bit to help get that up in there. And then when we tighten the bolt back down, it's gonna clamp that. It'll clamp that back together. You guys see what I'm doing here? I got a pry bar up in here. I'm just kind of maneuvering it around till I can get that bolt through. I am now going to throw on the wheel and try to get my camber somewhere where I want it. Just in a rough area. Wow, my toe is way off too. Toe is way off. And it looks pretty yellow. Okay guys, I got the control arm on and everything is good to go there. What I'm doing, so the farther you thread this in, the more positive camber you're gonna have. The farther you thread it out, so say you're threading it out like that, the more negative camber you're gonna have. So I'm just putting them all the way in on both sides because I'm trying to get this camber as close to 0 as I can. Maybe at 2 degrees or so would be cool. But another thing I'm noticing, I'm gonna 100% definitely need toe arms to the rear, and these wheels aren't gonna be wide enough either, which is kind of crazy to say. But as you can see, they're still sticking in about 1 inch. So either I have 2 options. I can get fully custom built wheels, I can re-lip these rears 1 inch wider, or I can just get wheel spacers. For now, I'm just gonna pick up some wheel spacers, I think, for the rears, just so I can get it sitting how I want it on the ground and drivable. I can always mess around with the wheels later on. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead, throw this control arm onto the driver's side. Let's go. Look how far off that toe is now. Ugh. Gonna need some toe arms for sure. Like I said guys, if you're gonna do these lower control arms, might as well order the toe arms at the same time, because your toe is gonna be way the hell off when you get everything on the car. These are currently maxed out all the way, so it'd be all the way positive camber, because I'm trying to, like I've already said it a million times, I'm not trying to run a lot of camber on this car. And I did order wheel spacers. I ordered just 1 inch wheel spacers, just so I can get this fitment on point for now. So I'm very excited to get those things in the mail. Next video is going to be installing the toe arms, so make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. As always guys, if you enjoyed the video, smash that subscribe button. Really hope you're enjoying the Widebody FRS build. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.